college hoop tournaments, Orioles preseason coverage, and the Bulls in Bullets as they count down to the playoff. March Madness begins on HTS with live and exclusive coverage of all 7-game A tournament, plus the conference finals. HTS has quarter and semifinal action from the Atlantic 10, Metro, and Big 8, as well as women's finals from the ACC, Southwest, Metro, and CAA conferences. But college basketball titles aren't the only thing here on HTS. The Orioles 1991 with 5 Orioles kick off 1991 with 5 games from Florida starting March 11th against the American League East champion Boston Red Sox. Tune in to 90 games on HTS. The Bullets hope to keep the playoffs within reach as they battle the NBA's best. Bird, Magic, Barkley, and Michael. The Capitals play 8 times on HTS in March, hoping to crash into the Stanley Cup playoffs. HTS will have exclusive coverage of 20 games in March in the race toward the Stanley Cup. In March, if you're not watching HTS, you don't know what you're missing.
In making an artistic statement, one's personal aroma shouldn't do the talking. So I use Right Guard Sports Stick with maximum protection. A true artiste should be known for inspiration, not perspiration. Right Guard Sports Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Hi, I'd like an oil change, and don't forget my game piece.
Some people would do just about anything to play Jiffy Lube's Great American Giveaway.
Allez-vous escargot?
That's because we're giving away lots of fabulous vacations.
Holy cow.
And thousands of other terrific prizes.
You shouldn't have.
The Great American Giveaway from Jiffy Lube. Where everyone's a winner.
Game Piece is available at any of our 41 locations. Jiffy Lube, we do it right, guaranteed.
Not long ago, one of the first luminous sedans was bought by a family of 5. They said they liked the gas mileage, all the room it had, and they liked the price. Since then, the luminous sedan has quickly become the best-selling new car name in America. Apparently, a lot of people are winning with
the heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevrolet.
Now it's easy to win the heartbeat.
When it comes to sports, HTS covers all the angles. If you're not watching HTS, you don't know what you're missing.
The Hartford Whalers get goals less than a minute apart midway through that second period, but the Capitals do get a power play tally. They've cut the margin back down to 1. They trail Hartford now 3-2. We played 40 minutes here at the Capitol Center. And welcome back to Capitals Hockey on Home Team Sports. I'm Al Koken. Time now to run down all of the scoring with our Hardy's game scoring summary. It was the Whalers that got things started. Their power play clicked at 4:09 of the first period. Nifty pass from Rob Brown onto the stick of Todd Krieger. He directs it between the pads of Don Beaupre, and Hartford jumped out to the early lead. But Dale Hunter, in his first game back with the Capitals after serving a 4-game suspension, tallies on the power play, number 15 of the year, as Hatcher and Drews pick up the assist. Hunter with the rebound over a fallen Kay Whitmore. In that second period, at 6:41 of period 2, John Cullen, a blistering slap shot to the far top corner behind Don Beaupre. Number 33 on the year for Cullen. Brown with his second assist of the night, and Verbeek also picks up that other assist. Then at 7:38, it was Terry Yake with goal number 1. Todd Krieger and Cote come up with the assist. At that point, Hartford was up by 2. But Kelly Miller, off assist from Dino Cicerelli and Mike Ridley, scored on the power play for the Capitals. That goal came at 13:41. That's where we stand right now, Hartford with the 3-2 lead. This game summary brought to you by Hardee's. Hardee's, where there is all kinds of good stuff. Well, not too many road games left for the Washington Capitals. They have just come back from a successful swing in Winnipeg and Edmonton and don't have a lot of traveling left to do. But here's most of the games that are left. On March 21st, the New York Islanders will host the Washington Capitals at the Nassau Coliseum. Then an important game with Philadelphia. If the Capitals can get a point or 2 out of here, they certainly have got the beat on Philadelphia, and that game certainly could be a key battle for 3rd place in the Pac-12 division. And then on Sunday, March 31st, the final game of the regular season finds the Washington Capitals heading to Buffalo. That's on the road with Chevrolet. We've seen a number of instances tonight where there have been some hellacious body checks, people getting hammered in the corner and flying around. This is the subject of our feature during this intermission, how some of these checks send people in the National Hockey League airborne.
And now, elevate your expectations for Air antics. You'll boldly go where no hockey player has gone before, or wanted to. Hockey players often soar through the air by the force of their opponents. To these brave men, we say, duck!
Right here, Strudlin sees him, tightens up, nails him. Ask him what town he's in.
Nyland hits Cullen, and whoa, see you later. Look, Turcotte looked down. What do I do? I wonder if they're holding him down there or what. Look at Cullen. Watch the hit from Cam Neely.
This is what it feels like. Off airborne, it's off, feet off the ice. Oh, what a tough way to make a living.
That concludes this episode of Airborne Antics.
All right, that's the Airborne Annex, part of our video feature tape that you can pick up at the following phone number and address. Pro Hockey Funnies, Post Office Box 68618. That's in Indianapolis, Indiana. Or just pick up the phone, call 1-800-321-PUCK. That's for Pro Hockey Funnies. We'll return with more of our intermission activities here at the Capitol Center after these messages on Home Team Sports.
At Giant, there are a lot of ways to save without giving up a thing.
Recently, a well-known automotive research company conducted an initial quality survey, and 3 of the top 10 most trouble-free cars were Toyotas. But in the interest of fairness, we'd like to show you which other cars made the top 10. And we don't mind at all, since the Toyota ranked highest. And some of the other cars you may have expected to see didn't even make the list. See your Toyota dealer today. For Toyota value, the best deal going.
Gonna get there. It'll be great to see the guys again. I wonder if they'll all show. I just gotta get there.
I'm trying to make my way back to the Brackendale River.
Friends deserve the best.
This is great. They all showed up.
The crisp, clean taste of Canada's best beer, Labatt's Blue.
What took you so long?
I had a little car trouble.
Between friends, it's true blue, Labatt's Blue.
A punch thrown by Razor Ruddock knocked out Bone Crusher Smith for 7 minutes. Mike Tyson couldn't even knock Smith down.
Second jewel of the Triple Crown is the true test for 3-year-olds.
What a horse race this one is! Easy Goer and Sunday Silence.
So join us at Pimlico Racecourse, where champions are made. Pimlico opens March 14th.
The Hartford Whalers outscoring the Washington Capitals in that second period 2-1. They lead by a goal after 40 minutes of play. Welcome back here on Home Team Sports. I'm Jeff Rimmer along with Craig Laughlin. And Craig, if we look at the scoreboard, the Caps are trailing by 1, but to be honest, the Caps are very fortunate that they didn't fall behind even further on the power play.
That's exactly right. I think they started to open up near the end on that late power play, and the Hartford Whalers struck back with a couple of 2-on-1s. The defense for the Capitals trying to jump in, trying to hit that open man, They got caught, and Hartford Whalers had a couple of great chances with Zarley, Zalapski, and Yake having some great opportunities. And I think the Capitals being down only 3-2, they've got to settle down, and they've really got to come out fired up in this third period.
All right, let's get a look at the head and shoulders shot chart from a Capitals perspective. 10 shots, the 1 goal.
Oh, yes, they had 10 shots. They got a lot of opportunities because the defense were helping, jumping up on the play, and Dino Ciccarelli with a few shots that period, and we set it up. It's a power play goal, 1 second left in the power play. Kelly Miller carrying the puck, carrying it into the zone. Mike Ridley, a nice drop pass to Dino Ciccarelli and a hard slap shot. And if we hold it right here, we've got Cote, who takes the man, but when you're a defenseman in front, you've got to take the man's stick. And Kelly Miller for the Capitals just redirects the rebound off Whitmore's pass into the open net.
Also 10 shots on goal as we get a look at the Hartford Whalers head and shoulders shot chart, but they, with the difference, the extra goal and the 1 goal lead.
And they had 10 shots. They could have had a few more because they had some quality 2-on-1s and 3-on-2 opportunities with the wingers going towards the net. And we pick up the goal here. It's a nice 3-way passing play. Patty Verbeek racing for the puck. He gets to the puck, and it's just a nice backhand pass. Calle Johansson taking him to the net, and John Cullen. And Rob Brown, a nice pass to John Cullen, and he one-times it right into the top corners. Not too many goalies can stop that. What a shot by John Cullen.
And tonight's shot charts are brought to you by Head & Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll return here to the Capitol Center. It's the Whalers by a goal.
Not long ago, one of the first Lumina sedans was bought by a family of 5. They said they liked the gas mileage, all the room it had, and they liked the price. Since then, the Lumina sedan has quickly become the best-selling new car name in America. Apparently, a lot of people are winning with it.
The heartbeat of America, that's today's Chevrolet.
Now it's easy to win the heartbeat.
It's a new day, there's a brand new way. The best. Now you got a choice. Rejoice, the best. No matter what you're after, you're gonna get your wish. The best.
At Long John Silver's, we have a lot of ways to go. Batter dipped, tender baked, or lightly breaded.
The best. Silver's.
Right now, come in and try our new baked fish light portion.
Okay, folks, how much could be saved if America cuts its oil and natural gas usage by just 8% a year? Almost 1 month's supply, and hundreds of dollars for you. Let's put our energy into saving it. Question: how can you help stop America's growing dependence on foreign oil? Have a regular tune-up. It can save millions of gallons of gasoline a day. Let's put our energy into saving it.
Got a painful cold? Gotta get relief? Get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. It relieves painful cold symptoms some others miss with a decongestant, antihistamine, and a pain reliever you can't find in any other leading cold medicine.
The pain's gone.
I can breathe.
Everything feels better, better, better.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Relief for your painful cold. And now for sinus and allergy relief, try new Alka-Seltzer Plus sinus allergy medicine.
Home Team Sports coverage of Washington Capitals hockey is brought to you by Labatt's Blue, the crisp, clean taste of Canada's favorite beer. Between friends, it's True Blue, Labatt's Blue. By your Washington area Toyota dealers. Toyota value the best deal going. And by Head & Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. The two teams back on the ice here for the start of this third period. The Whalers with a 1-goal lead as you watch Caps hockey right here on Home Team Sports. With the teams on the ice, and before the play begins, let's go downstairs to Al Coker.
Okay, Jeff, as you know, one of the things we've been updating you on throughout this hockey season are the Alka-Seltzer plus-minus leaders in the NHL. We've just got slightly over 2 weeks left to go. Coming down the home stretch, let's show you who the leaders are. You'll see a lot of Flames and Blackhawks.
Now it's time for the Alka-Seltzer Plus Award Update. When you've got a cold and you've got to get relief, you've got to get Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine. For the third consecutive week, Theo Fleury of the Calgary Flames has the best plus-minus rating in the NHL. Calgary's center of attention is getting it done at both ends of the ice.
Still poking away. Battle for it. Here's Fleury shooting scores. Fleury, the league leader in plus-minus.
That's right. With a little more than 3 weeks left, Theo Fleury leads the pack for the Alka-Seltzer Plus Award.
Be sure to tune into Capitals hockey here on Home Team Sports to keep track of the Alka-Seltzer Plus Award leaders throughout the NHL season. Let's get ready for the start of the third period. To do that, we go back upstairs and rejoin Jeff and Craig.
Thanks, Al. And the Capitals will start here for the third period, trailing by a goal. Mike Ridley with Miller on the left, Cicerelli on the right side. Whalers counter with Cullen, Verbeek, and Rob Brown. Ladouceur and Cote on the blue line for the Whalers. Johansson and Hatcher for Washington. And it's right to Kevin Hatcher in the defensive zone. Here's Hatcher. Getting away from Cullen. Skates back to the line. Hatcher still with the puck, dumping it into the Whalers zone, high off the glass on the far side. Ridley trying to cut it off. And it's worked to the near side. Verbeek. Getting it ahead to Cullen. Cullen on the backhand for Brown, lets it go. Mike Ridley there to cut it off. Ridley for Cicerelli, and that pass just failed to catch. Whitmore out of the net, works it on the far side. Kelly Miller gets it to Ridley off his stick. Here's John Cullen. Cullen. Pass to Cote. Cote in across the line between the circles, a wrist shot wide. Verbeek picks it up off the board, throws it in front. Caps team captain Rod Langway there to skate it away. He gets it to Tarnov. Tarnov crosses the line, looks for Cicerelli. Zalapsky intercepts that one. Kristich poking it ahead, right out of the stick of Zalapsky. He missed with a pass to Brown. It's in the Washington zone. Icing the call, Langway will touch it. And the faceoff will come back to the Hartford end.
Captain Rod Langway playing in his 631st game as a Washington Capital. And that moves him past Ben Gustafson tonight, Jeff. And only Mike Gartner, the only other player in Capitals history to play in more games than Rod Langway as a Capital.
Look at Kay Whitmore, the young goaltender for the Hartford Whalers. The ex-Washington Capital, Peter Sidorkovich, expected to play later on this week for the Whalers. He's had an ankle problem. Might have played tonight, but the Whalers deciding to take that extra precaution.
And Darrell Ray, their other goaltender, is out for the season with a groin problem.
Here come the Whalers. This is Mark Hunter in across the line. Hunter drops one for the Whalers defense, but unable to keep it in the offensive zone. Down the right wing. Drews trying to get away from Zalapsky. Huda skates it ahead, throws it on the wing for Krieger. Poked by the Capitals to Tarnov into the corner. Trying to dig it free is Pavaka. Kristich gets it to Pavaka. He couldn't get a shot away as he tried to pass to Drews. Down the right wing. Here's Krieger finding Yake. Yake couldn't control the pass. This is Kristich with a lead pass for Drews. Drews turning away from Zalapsky. Works it cross ice for Sabrin. Driving it into the Hartford zone as the Whalers change on the go. Whitmore feeds it to Krieger. Cross ice. Brad Shaw getting it ahead here for Yake. Yake across the line. Drops it for Dineen. He fanned on his shot. Dale Hunter with Leach and May, the three of them. Across the line, Alan May couldn't get it, and Hunter fires it the rest of the way, but offside the call. 17 minutes and 48 seconds. The Washington Capitals trailing the Whalers by a goal.
A punch thrown by Razor Ruddock knocked out Bone Crusher Smith for 7 minutes. Mike Tyson couldn't even knock Smith down. Another punch laid out Michael Dokes for 12 minutes. Dokes may never fight again. A lot of fighters won't get in the ring with Ruddock, but then who in their right mind would? Tyson versus Ruddock, live from the Mirage March 18th. See it on pay-per-view cable TV.
Jeff Rimmer, Craig Laughlin, and Al Coker back here on HTS. Hopefully you're enjoying the game. We'd like to see the Capitals get back in this one, trailing by a goal. Sabrin slaps at it right up into the Washington bench. Stan Wong, Caps trainer, throws it up into the crowd, and a lucky souvenir.
Paul Sear, an interesting story. Only played one game in the last 2 seasons. He went for a tryout with Hartford. A few other teams in the NHL very interested with him. He went on a tryout basis, came to camp, and he ended up making the team. He was a big part of that defensive unit for them.
Before the faceoff, Alan May and one of the Whalers having a few words. Nothing develops as Tomlak steps in and May backs off. Alan May, very happy to be back up in Edmonton. Some home cooking. Caps play the Oilers.
Alan May,
Alberta Capital.
Excuse me, Jeff. Alan May is versatile enough that he's playing the left wing tonight with Stephen Leach inserted into the lineup tonight. Alan May playing the left side.
Ally Frady backboard for the Capitals. He'll touch it, and again, icing the call. Deneen having a few words. Dale Hunter. And I'm sure they weren't discussing the blockbuster deal made on the trading deadline.
Kevin Deneen for the Whalers struggling a little bit this season. Only 15 goals. They expect some more. But he's had the Crohn's disease, which is a chronic digestive problem. He sat out, missed 8 games, was hospitalized in January. He's now come back, and he's a top right winger in the National Hockey League. He shoots the puck at time. That's his biggest thing, is that he shoots the puck so hard. When he gets to the top of the circle, he's very dangerous. You see there 25-plus goals for most of his seasons in the NHL. He's a top right winger, just struggling a little bit now, not only with his health problems, but on the ice he's not producing.
We talk about the trading deadline that passed last Tuesday. Deneen involved in several rumors. In fact, one trade discussed during our pregame show is Al Koken and Eddie Johnson, the Whalers GM, had a rather creative three-way deal involving Deneen. Just fail at the trading deadline.
Now, was that one of your rumors?
No. Here's Johansson feeding it ahead off Miller to Ridley. Mike Ridley tries to thread the needle. Stevens there to bring it back for the Whalers. In neutral ice, he feeds it ahead here for Brown. Rob Brown for Verbeek. He tried to tee it up and let one go, but couldn't control the bouncing puck. Kelly Miller, leading the Capitals attacking the offensive zone. Feeds to Ridley. Johansson, top of the circle, pinching in. Here's Johansson. Oh, he is dumped. Play goes right on. Off into the corner. This is Cote working it ahead for Cullen with Verbeek. Cullen backhands a pass to Cote. First in for the Whalers. Cote lets one go. Beaupre to save. The rebound right to Verbeek looking for Cullen. And Beaupre able to steer it to the corner. Kevin Hatcher. Big wide pass for Cicerelli. He drops it for Johansson. Backhands right to Hatcher. Flipped ahead. And Yake turns inside his own line. Feeds to Hunter. Back to Cote. Cross ice for Ladouceur. Cicerelli intercepts. Feeds to Christich. His shot goes wide on the glove side. Yake on the far side. Tries to feed it ahead. Down the right wing is Mark Hunter. Hunter squeezed out on the boards by Al Iafrate. Iafrate loses his edge. This is Yake. Trying to get something going. Works it cross ice. Krieger sends it in front. There to skate it off with Dmitry Christich. Now again, Mark Hunter throws it in the slot, hopping over Krieger's stick and all the way back down into the Hartford zone. Here's Huda, bumped by Povanka. Zalapsky comes in, moves it the rest of the way. Down the right wing, too far for Deneen. Now the Capitals in the offensive zone. Bruce sidesteps the check, lets one go, and it's wide. And this one finds its way up into the crowd. 15 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the third period. Whalers still lead 3-2.
Well, if you're a big fan of NHL hockey, you're going to be glued to your TV set this week. HTS is going to be bringing 5 more games. Tune in Thursday for our live NHL doubleheader beginning at 7:30. Don't miss the much-anticipated rematch between the Capitals and the Philadelphia Flyers. That was a long matinee that we sat through. It looks to be a good one. That's Saturday night. If you're not watching the NHL on HTS, you don't know what you're missing.
Big hockey action as we count down the days to the end of the regular season. All these games have playoff ramifications from here on in, including this one tonight. Zalapsky. Cross ice for Huda. The return pass to Zalapsky. He feeds it ahead. Tomlak couldn't get anywhere, and Dave Tippett drives it in to the Hartford zone. Berglund bumped on the board. Watch squares free as Kiprios loses his edge. Huda for Tomlak. Tomlak with McKenzie. 2-on-2. Here's Tomlak's drive. Wide of Beaupre. Kiprios picks up the puck. Tippett loses his edge. Here's a drive from the wing. Beaupre gets a piece of it. Kiprios tips it behind the net. We've got a fight going. Sabrin
and McKenzie going at it. They both clutched each other, grabbed each other. McKenzie, one of the Hartford big, tough guys. Terry Murray was commenting to me earlier in the day that he knows he's a heavyweight and he's out there to do that one thing, and that's the fight. And he grabbed Ken Sabrin. Ken Sabrin very willing to go with this big guy.
Not much damage done there. And we'll sort out the penalties and return. The Caps trailing by a goal. Don't go away.
More and more beer drinkers are discovering that the right choice is the light choice. Miller Lite. With its crisp, refreshing Pilsner taste, it's everything you want in a beer today. So move up to light.
Ken Sabrin and the youngster McKenzie off 5 minutes each for fighting in their respective penalty boxes. The call's at 5:09. And the teams will remain at full strength. Jim McKenzie off for the Whalers. Ken Sabrin for the Washington Capitals. 14:51 left to go here in the third period. Johansson works it off the boards, but not out. Brad Shaw dumping it behind the Washington net. Kevin Hatcher to Cicerelli. Puck cleared by Johansson back to the Hartford line. The Whalers in the offensive zone. This is Cullen turning. Beating it in the corner for Brown. Off the stick of Beaupre. Cullen couldn't get a shot. Raked all over him. It's Kevin Hatcher. Muscle to the board. This is Brown trying to get away from Kelly Miller. Beaupre steers the loose puck to Mike Ridley. Ridley. For Miller, that pass just failed to clip. Bradshaw from center finds Verbeek, who dumps it the rest of the way. Beaupre's out of his net. Leaves it there for Langway. Whalers with a quick change. Right, Langway for Christie. She couldn't control the pass. Cote to Krieger. The return pass for Yates. Bumping with Cicerelli along the boards. Loose puck right to Iafrate. Iafrate loses his edge, but is able to drive it into the Hartford zone. The fans here at the Cap Center feel a penalty should be called. Play goes right on. Here's Krieger. For Mark Hunter, 3-on-2. Hunter to Krieger, top of the circle. His drive deflected by Iafrate wide. Yake takes a hit from Iafrate behind the net. Krieger looking for Yake. Langway gets a piece of him. Puck on the right wing, Cicerelli to Pavanka with Kristich on the left. Pavanka tries to thread the needle. Ladouceur there to skate it away. Ladouceur. Lead pass for Krieger at center. Krieger's all by himself, waits and then dumps, and then quickly heads off to the bench. Beaupre for Tatarnov. Lead pass for John Druce down the right wing. Druce with a burst of speed. Zalapski there to cut him off along the boards. Druce and Zalapski tie up. On the far side, Caps couldn't keep it in. Johansson getting it ahead for John Druce. Druce will dump it to the open corner. Whitmore cuts it off and then gives to Huda. Huda on the left wing for Sear, taps to center. Oh, what a hit on one of the Whalers as he goes into the edge, and he
is not moving, Jeff. He's really hurt at that penalty box there, Krieger.
That's not Krieger, that's Parker.
Or Parker.
He went right into the edge of where the glass ends near the photographer's box here.
It's right where the photographer sits, Jeff, and there's that bar up there, and he caught his head and his shoulder right at that point in the glass area. John Druce carrying the puck down the ice. And Kelly Johansson, Kevin Hatcher involved. Kevin Hatcher coming across, and he just drives Parker into that post, and his head hits the post along with his body, and John Druce going after the loose puck.
I mean, that was not as bad a check as it originally looked. Hatcher threw a hit on Parker, but it was Parker's momentum that carried him into that corner.
Well, it's not a blatant check, Jeff. He just finished his his play. He just continues over and just runs them. It just so happens that that part of the glass is right there, and I don't think you're going to see Kevin Hatcher get a penalty here. I think the Hartford Whalers are upset that he got hit that hard into the glass area where that post is, but it wasn't a blatant hard. It was just a hard finishing his check. Parker jumped up a little bit, caught his head.
Again, that momentum carried him into that corner, Fred. It was really not that hard a check. I've seen Kevin Hatcher throw a lot harder a check. But Parker was moving, Hatcher was going for it, and the momentum carrying him into the corner, and Parker has regained consciousness. But right now, the Whalers trainer, Bud Gouvet, trying to talk to Parker and make sure he knows where he is.
The trainer very concerned with him. Parker making sure he's going to be able to get up here. Jeff Parker, youngster, former Buffalo Sabre, been in the Buffalo Sabre organization, and former Michigan State college hockey player.
9th round draft choice. Been through a few organizations of late. In Winnipeg for a while with the Penguins. Of course, now here in the NHL with the Hartford Whalers.
And he got sent down when he was in Winnipeg, Jeff, and he retired. He actually went home. He then got the call back and decided that he wanted to play hockey and finish his career in the National Hockey League.
Well, the good thing is to see Parker sitting up, and he's now helped to his feet. And there's no question. He's just a little dizzy here now as he's let off the ice. And no doubt back into the Whalers dressing room. Parker getting some help from a couple of teammates, Verbeek and Sear.
And Verbeek verbally yelling at Kevin Hatcher, but I don't think if he watches this replay here, Jeff, it's just a nice push into the glass. If Parker had been past that post there, he could have just continued on. He wouldn't have even been knocked over, but it's because of that post where the photographer sits. That's what caught him, caught his shoulder and his head.
Parker left his feet. He tried to, I think, avoid the check from Kevin Hatcher, but the momentum carried him into that corner.
And I think as a hockey player, you're always upset to see one of your teammates hit that hard, and in the heat of the game, you're so upset because you think it's a hard check, but I think if they watch the replay, they're just going to see that it's just because he jumped. Kevin Hatcher just leaned on him a little bit, and it's that post there that caught him.
You hate to see that happen, and it's happened far too many times. I don't really know what the NHL can do about that. We've seen several of the players knocked into a corner where that metal fitting ends up against the glass. Hopefully Parker will be all right. Doubtful he'll return tonight. Iafrate skates it to center. Taps defenseman over the line. Drops it for Berglund. Laid offside here now. Verbeek throws out an elbow and play finally whistled down as Iafrate and Verbeek meet. Nothing's going to develop here. 12 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in regulation time. Washington Capitals trailing by a goal as we're going to look at big Caps defenseman Al Iafrate.
Al Iafrate, 28 points on the season, 7 goals, 21 assists. Fluid skater, Jeff, that's his trademark. He can jump up in the play with the best of them because of his skating ability.
Play underway. This is Cote backing up, beating it ahead for Cullen. Rounds down the right wing, centering pass. Berglund with a heavy hit there on Verbeek at open ice. Cote steps up, fires at top of the circle. Beaupre the save. Rob Brown lets one go from the left wing, and it's way wide. Cote trying to pinch in and keep it in the offensive zone. Verbeek and Hunter bump. Cullen now will try to turn away from Langway. Throws it in front, but Rob Brown had Iafrate draped all over him. Rod Langway now takes a hit from Verbeek. Down the left wing, Dave Tippett to center with Hunter and Berglund. The three of them cross the line. Drop pass for Hunter. He works it the rest of the way. Berglund races after it, but it's Ladouceur for the Whalers. Lead pass for Verbeek. Cross ice, too far for Cullen. Cullen heads to the bench. Kelly Miller for the Capitals. Skates to center, dumps it in. Caps changing on the fly. Whitmore leaving it there for Brad Shaw. Shaw stops behind the net. Throws it on the right wing. Backhanded by Hunter right onto the stick of Kelly Johansson and dumped back in. Here on the near side, slapped at by Ladouceur. tying up with Ridley and Miller down the left wing. Here's Mark Hunter looking for Yake. Offside the call. Yake a step and a half ahead of the puck carrier, and the offside call will bring this one outside the Washington blue line.
Terry Yake picking up his first goal in the NHL. 9 games this season. He had 1 assist. He picked up that goal for the Whalers in the second period. And he's just been recalled from the American League Springfield Indians.
Greg, by my calculations here, the Washington Capitals have not a shot on goal here in the third period. And for a team trying to play catch-up hockey, they've got to test Whitmore. Whalers out shooting Washington 4-0 in the third period and leading 3-2 on the board. Here's Ridley across the line for Cicerelli, and he put himself offside. 11:06 left in regulation time. 21-20, the shots on goal.
Whitmore, much the same style of goaltender as your favorite goaltender, Jeff. Eddie Belfour from Chicago. They're both scrambly goalies, and they use those quick reflexes, and he's really been counted on heavily tonight by the Whalers.
Now, why would you say Belfour's my favorite goalie?
Well, I just think he is, isn't he? He's my favorite, then.
Don Beaupre.
Okay.
I just think Belfour's had a great year for the Blackhawks. Very much the reason the Hawks are where they are in the standings.
I think he could be the NHL's MVP, Jeff. I think he's had an outstanding season.
Not to mention Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Sear tries to poke it free. Iafrate there to skate it off for the Capitals. On the left wing, Tatarnov gives it to Fobanka. Back to Tatarnov. And offside is communications. Got a little mixed up, but let's right now, with this break, rejoin Al Copeland with a Washington Post update. Al?
All right, thanks, Jeff. Let's catch you up here on the Washington Post scoreboard. Right now, it's a 4-all tie. Montreal and Pittsburgh in that game. Dennis Savard for the Canadiens has 2 goals. Toronto and Quebec keep trading goals. In this one, Quebec's Joe Sakic, 2 goals and 1 assist. Guy Lafleur, 1 goal and 2 assists. It's tied up at 3 in the third. And Gaetan Duchesne and Dave Gagne have scored for Minnesota. They take an early 2-0 lead over Buffalo. Back upstairs.
Al Copeland talking about Lafleur and the Quebec Nordiques. I wonder if we will see the Flower on Thursday.
Well, I certainly hope we do. He's been talking that he's going to make his one last trip around the NHL and hang up the blades for good, and he's just been a great person to play in the NHL with, and I had the opportunity to play with him. He's a great hockey player and a great human being, Jeff.
Centering pass by Cicerelli to Ridley at center. Across the line, Ridley puts the brakes on, tries to feed Cicerelli, who's all tied up by Bradshaw. Krieger slaps it around on the boards. Yake turns away from Ridley. Throws it into the opposite corner. Shaw to Krieger. Krieger with a burst of speed, crosses the line, feeds it on the wing. Mark Hunter's shot goes wide as Beaupre had the angle. Back from the Capitals. Ridley for Miller with Cicerelli. The 3 of them cross the line, and again offside the call. Gary Murray changing the lines.
And it's tough to get past the Whalers. Once they go into this defensive-type formation, Jeff, they stand 3 guys back, and they always have a forward coming back. And it's hard to penetrate the zone. That's why there's been so many offsides. When they have a man coming back, their defense can stand up, and they're catching the Capitals because the defense are standing up, and the Capitals are making that one extra move. And when you're in full stride, it's hard to make that stop at the blue line and not force the offside.
There's a look at the shots on goal, and as we said, Whalers with 4, the Caps yet to fire a shot at Whitmore. Beaupre leaves it there for Hatcher. Kelly Johansson to tip it, and he is stood up at the bench by Huda. Caps carried into the offensive zone. Berglund wrestled to the ice. Loose puck cleared to center. Whalers starting to throw the weight around with 9:36 left. Caps a 5-game unbeaten string. The Whalers right now winless in their last 9 games, their longest non-winning streak in 5 years. Cullen takes the pass off the boards, crosses the line, tries to thread the needle. Verbeek on the backhand, works it behind the net. Hatcher there to cut it off. Verbeek gets it right back, throws it to Brown. The backhand pass skated away by Dale Hunter. Down the left wing, Hunter to center. Dale Hunter crosses the offensive line now. Hunter trying to get away from Ladouceur. Stood up by Ladouceur, and Cullen Intercepts and throws it on the wing for Brown. Here's a breaking Sear. Across the line, lets one go, and it's high and wide of Beaupre. The rebound picked up by Michael Tatarnov. A burst of speed, he's to the blue line. To center. Tatarnov across the line. Tries to feed Pivonka, lets a shot go. Whitmore the save. Kristich gets it to Tatarnov, and his shot goes wide. Pivonka picks it up off the back wall, throws it in front. And through the goal mouth as Dineen dumps to center. Iafrate flips it up to Pivonka. Smith with a pass to Druce. Ladouceur inside his own line. Ladouceur backhands it for Dineen. He lets it go. Here's Tomlak with Dineen. Top of the circle. Beaupre the save. The rebound. Put on the near side for Iafrate. Lead pass too far for Pivonka. Stevens dumps it back in. Kristich skates it out. Kristich from center. Feeds to Iafrate. Iafrate on the wing for Ridley, and that pass just failed to clip. Whitmore way out of the net. Pokes it ahead for Stevens. A centering pass, and here's Yake skating to center. Across the line. Yake trying to get around Hatcher, who has him tied up through the goal mouth. Mark Hunter on the near side. Backhand. Krieger stood up there by Miller. Yake, centering pass for Mark Hunter. Mark Hunter bumped along the boards by Johansson. Loose puck, right to Kevin Hatcher. Hatcher for Johansson. Johansson on the backhand finds Cicerelli, but Stevens there has it go out to stick with Kevin Hatcher for Kelly Miller. Miller dumps to the offensive zone. Whalers quickly clear it back out. Cicerelli picks up the loose puck to neutral ice. Crosses the line. Lets one go. It's blocked by Stevens. Feeds to Verbeek. Verbeek. Pass to Cullen and over the line. Oh! A hard hit by Iafrate. 7:05 left in regulation time. Cicerelli trying to work it off the boards and free. Iafrate bumped by Brown. Gets it to Cicerelli down the right wing with Hunter. Tippett's on the left wing. Here's Hunter across the line. Drops it for Cicerelli for Tippett. Tippett to Hunter. Hunter in the corner, throws it in front. Looking on the point, but Tatarnov couldn't get there. Tatarnov for Cicerelli. Leads back inside the Washington zone for Hatcher. Forward pass for Tippett. Tippett dumps it in. Whitmore couldn't stop it. Dineen spots at it. Oh, Berglund stands him up. Throws him to the ice. Tatarnov shot. Whitmore jumps up, but it was wide. Here's Hatcher's shot from the point, deflected high over the net. On the far side, Dineen and Tippett bump. Couple of close friends back in their Whaler days. Here's Hatcher with one hand fighting off Tomlak. Turned around behind the net. Huda pokes it away. Berglund is there. Zalapski works it to Tomlak. Forward pass for Sear. Hatcher tying him up. But the lead pass for Dineen on Tatarnov. One-on-one. Dineen loses his edge. Here's Tatarnov turning away from Yake. Lead pass just missed Dmitry Kristich. Ladouceur pokes it ahead for Dineen and over the line. Worked around on the boards. Beaupre tried to stop it but couldn't. Yake getting away from Pivonka. Throws it in front, but Hatcher was there. Caps clear of the zone. This is Cote. Back inside his own zone for Yake. 5:37 left. Lead pass for Sear. He's by himself. Three Capitals with him. Dumps on the backhand the rest of the way.
Both teams picking up the tempo in the latter part of this third period. A lot of heavy hitting. Berglund for the Caps, really throwing around his body, really creating some problems for the defense for the Hartford Whalers, and the Capitals have to get that puck in deep, make some contact. The Hartford Whaler defense are breaking out of the zone easily because they're not getting that first man pressure.
Here's Krieger, top of the circle. Beaupre has the angle and makes the save. Kristich almost lost it to Cullen. Here's a lead pass for Druce. He drops it for Ridley. Ridley with a burst of speed. He'll try to go around Stevens. Shovels it on the short side. Whitmore gets a piece of it. Out of the net, feeds to Krieger. Krieger, lead pass for Rob Brown with Cullen. 2-on-2. Brown stood up by Langway and dumps behind the net. Beaupre and Cullen drop. Kelly Miller going for beats to the ice. Here's Cicerelli at center with Ridley. 3-on-2 on the wing. Here's Tippett and over the line. And Ridley couldn't thread the needle. Ridley picks it up. On the left point, fires a shot wide. Stevens, a forward pass for Verbeek. Too far in Langway. Turns in front of his own net. Whalers get some fresh legs on. 4:17 left. Here's Kelly Miller to Cicerelli. Cicerelli backhands to Tatarnov. Tatarnov turns between the circles and is poked off his stick by Zalapski. Tatarnov looking for the perfect shot. Cicerelli turning away from traffic, backhands right to the line. The Whalers tying up the Capitals in neutral ice. And the Capitals getting a little frustrated here. 3:50 left. Pavanka at center with Cicerelli on the wing. And over the line, backhands it towards the net. It's wide. Yates around the net. Pavanka tries to poke it off his stick. Now Dineen on the right wing. Dineen, a lead pass, just missed Yates. Hatcher to Kristich for Pavanka. In over the line. Pavanka throwing it on the wing for John Druce. Druce bumped on the boards by Dineen. Kristich coming in to help out. Feeds to Pavanka. Pavanka coming in front. Gets it to Johansson. Oh, tried to get it to Johansson, but Kristich intercepted. Jake turning away. Backhands to neutral ice. Sear dumping it the rest of the way. Beaupre ahead for Hatcher. Capitals can catch Hartford on a line change, but Hatcher dumps it in. Whitmore kicks it ahead. Alan May there to cut it out. May behind the net. Cullen for the Whalers. Works it to the point, but not out. Tatarnov's shot is blocked by Cote from the corner. Hunter throws it in front. And this is Krieger skating away out of his own zone. He's to center. In across the line. Tries to get around Tatarnov from the corner. Krieger still on his feet. Throws it in front. Beaupre makes the save, and the rebound quickly cleared by Leach. Down the right wing comes Hunter. Hunter to center. Tries to gain the offensive zone. The Whalers standing up at the blue line and doing a terrific job. An injured Whaler play's been called. And that's Krieger down. And again, the Whalers trainer. Called back onto the ice. Let's get a look at this one again.
Stephen Leach trying to get back on the defense. He's actually going for the puck. Just catches a little bit of Krieger's helmet and his neck. Going for that loose puck. Trying to jump into the play. Trying to get something going for the Capitals.
We'll be back. 2:29 left to go at regulation time.
Not long ago, one of the first Lumina sedans was bought by a family of 5. They said they liked the gas mileage, all the room it had, and they liked the price. Since then, the Lumina sedan has quickly become the best-selling new car name in America. Apparently, a lot of people are winning with
the heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevrolet.
Now it's easy to win the heartbeat.
Let's update you on the condition of Jeff Parker of the Whalers. Apparently he has suffered a concussion. One of the Capital team doctors, Richard Grossman, taking no chances. They've called for an ambulance. They're taking him to Georgetown University Hospital for further observation. So hopefully it is only a concussion and Jeff Parker will be okay. Let's go back up to Jeff and Craig.
Here we pick it up again. Krieger breaking down the wing. Looking to make a play on Don Beaupre. Pass it across the crease, and Mark Hunter there to whack at it. Don Beaupre, a strong save. Kicks the puck into the corner.
That is serve. Tying up Kelly Miller. Ridley bumped along the boards by Cullen. Loses his stick. Kicks it back to Cicerelli for Ridley. Ridley, old soccer style there. Cullen puts it right out of the stick of Cicerelli. Cicerelli tied up by Verbeek. Still able to make the play, but he couldn't get a shot away. Here's Verbeek. Down the left wing. Across the line. Hatcher there to cut him off. Stepping up in the play and working it the rest of the way. On the right wing is Brad Shaw. Hatcher has it go off the stick of Verbeek. He cuts it off. Cicerelli gets it to Ridley. Kevin Dineen getting a piece of that puck, and it goes right on Beaupre. Hatcher on the wing from center. Sear drives it right back into the Washington zone. Great defensive period here by the Whalers. They frustrated the Capitals. Tomlin has it poked off his stick. Stepping up is Brad Shaw to work it the rest of the way. Kevin Hatcher throws it to the point, but not out. Gillespie's shot is blocked. Here's Iafrate, tipping it ahead to Pavanka with Cicerelli. Pavanka to center, across the line, drops it to Cicerelli from the top of the circle. Whitmore gets a piece of it. Tatarnov for Pavanka. To Dmitry Kristich. Kristich trying to poke that puck free. Gillespie for the Whalers. Knocked down, and less than a minute to go as it's worked into the Washington zone. The clock ticking as Tatarnov comes back and icing the call.
The Washington Irish Rugby Football Club will host their 10th annual Guinness Gold St. Patrick's Day Rugby Tournament. The event will be held March 16th and 17th at West Potomac Park in Washington, D.C. Proceeds will benefit the Children's Hospital National Medical Center.
We've had a scoreless period. And so far, Hartford outshooting Washington 8-2.
And Dino Cicerelli, a hard slap shot past Zarley Zalapski. Whitmore gets his pad on it with a lot of trouble in front. Michael Pavanka causing a lot of havoc in front.
Capitals here calling a timeout as Coach Terry Murray tries to get his troops going here. 54 seconds left in regulation time.
Coach Rick Lee making up a little plan, I think, in his little book that he has behind the bench there, writing and jotting a few things down, looking over his roster, deciding who's going to play this last 54 seconds.
Caps looking to extend their unbeaten string. Now it's 5 games. The Whalers winless in 9. Leading here by a goal. With all of 54 seconds left in regulation time, and that man, Don Beaupre, no doubt, will soon make his way to the Capitals bench for an extra attacker, and no sooner said than done. So the Capitals looking for the equalizer. We'll have Ridley, Miller, Cicerelli, Dale Hunter. All up front, Hatcher and Johansson on the points. There you see our home team sports clock. The seconds will be ticking away. Not only in this hockey game, but the Caps' chance at sole possession of 4th place and their unbeaten streak. Ridley set from the faceoff, loses the draw. Tomlin gets it to Cote. Whalers flip it up into the crowd, and play's been whistled down. At the top of the circle is where Bill McCreary says that's where the faceoff will be, as a young Capitals fan, as a souvenir.
And Kelly Miller fan wearing that number 10 sweater grabs that souvenir puck. Cote unable to clear the puck. And I'm sure Rick Lee's going to talk to him. He had the chance just to clear it out off the glass and get it down the ice, Jeff. Instead, he put it in over the glass. The Capitals with the empty net, he would have been wise just to get it off the boards just hard enough to force the Caps to come back and regroup.
Don Beaupre, of course, on the bench. Now 48 seconds left. Johnny Miller tries to thread the needle. The Whalers try to clear it out, and again, offside the call. And the fans here at the Capitol Center did not agree with the call made there.
Calle Johansson trying to keep the puck inside the blue line. The puck just trickles out. Randy Ladouceur, a defenseman, not known for his offensive threat, and he just gets the puck. He has clear sailing, but instead he just tries to bank it up to Tomlak, who was breaking. But Randy Ladouceur, a lot of defensemen, might have tried to score on that goal. He's been around the league long enough. He knows that if he ices it, they get another good face-off opportunity.
Looks like a good call. At center ice, this is Hatcher driving it in, but it's knocked down. Ladouceur trying to feed it ahead and flip it to Cullen. Verbeek races after it in the corner. Johansson touches it, and again icing the call against the Whalers. Now 28 seconds left.
And I just got talking about Randy Ladouceur. He tried to make that easy pass there. And then he makes sort of a poor decision on what to do, and he dumps it down the ice, forcing the icing call, and the Caps get another chance in the offensive zone to get some traffic on Whitmore. And Whitmore, with his style being a scrambly goalie, you get traffic, he's going to make that first play, but that rebound coming off him might leave you the wide open net to put it past him.
28 seconds remaining. Face-off in the Hartford zone. To the left of Kay Whitmore, who has stopped 21 of 23 shots. Hunter wins the draw cleanly, gets it to Johansson. Johansson dumps to the corner on the backhand. Hunter for Ridley to Cicerelli. Cicerelli races after the puck, but it's Johansson pinching in. A scramble in front. The Whalers will try to clear it. They control and dump it into the Washington zone. 12 seconds left. Hatcher in sear bump. 9 seconds. Here's Hatcher. One last rush. It'll have to be a quick one. Off Cicerelli into the Hartford zone. Cote will touch it as the horn goes to end the hockey game. The Whalers mob Whitmore. They have ended a 9-game winless streak. The Capitals losing a glorious chance to move into sole possession of 4th place in the Patrick Division as the Whalers finally end the 9-game slide. And very happy around Whitmore. And wouldn't you know it, several members of that Whaler team, veterans of the Patrick Division, and yes, thorns in the side of the Capitals, and of course, that continues tonight. A scoreless 3rd period, and the Hartford Whalers leave the ice with a 3-2 victory. We'll be back. Stay tuned for the postgame show on HTS.